Hello, everybody. Welcome to an awesome episode of Youth Connect. I'm Aiden,
I'm Kevin.
I'm Nibras.
and welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever episode on our brand new channel, Youth Connect Live. It is so awesome to have you guys, and you know what? It is going to be a lot of fun. I want to say this, though. I am absolutely delighted to have Nibras joining us all the way in Karachi, Pakistan. And from what I heard, it is 1:30 a.m. there. So my goodness, the dedication is always appreciated, and we thank you so much for joining us. Nibras, it's awesome to have you. I will remind everybody in advance, the people that will not be here today are and will be not here is Jeffrey, but he has a video for us. But there will not be Joshua or Logan, just so we know in advance. Anyways, I'm so excited for you guys to see another awesome episode of Youth Connect. We here are advocates of all abilities, and as broadcasters and entertainers, we want to be included in opportunities for acting jobs, directing, writing, chefs, speakers, artists, and musicians. And everyone here is going to be sharing with you some awesome news. So I hope you're excited for Youth Connect, because Youth Connect is your interest entertainment show that is a little bit different from your usual news broadcast, and something a little bit that brings an interesting twist to the usual broadcasting scheme. So I hope that you guys are excited for it. And you guys know with Youth Connect, the first thing that we always have to do is that we have to start off with some interesting gaming news. All right, first things first, it's time for the Spotlight Game of the Week. This is where I'm going to be sharing with you guys a game that I think that is really cool to check out. And I'm going to say that this game is very, very important because, you know what, this person I've been following for a long time, and over a year of development, he has finally published his game called A Difficult Game About Climbing. Quite literally, that is the entirety of the name. A difficult game about climbing. So in this game, you will only use your mouse or gamepad to control the climber's hands to pull yourself up an enormous, treacherous mountain full of challenge and surprises. Watch out for slippery surfaces as you make your way towards the peak. Eternal glory and a wonderful gift awaits all climbers who manage to reach the top. So here are some things that are very, very important. Things include, in this game, punishing but not impossible gameplay, practice, and I'll mean a lot of practice. There is no filler. Every obstacle is designed with intention. There's focused gameplay with no distracting elements, no violence. You can never die or get hurt, but you can lose all your progress with one mistake. Perhaps that is worse. You must climb, slip, and fall over and over. But there is one thing that is not in the game: legs. You cannot use your legs for some reason, only your hands. So a note from the developer, this game was only created by himself, Ponty Pants. This game was inspired by Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, which in itself is an homage to an even older game called Sexy Hiking by Jazwo. And he is certain that Bennett's game will spawn countless of new types of games in a similar fashion that will present unique, focused, and yet simpler challenges. You know, he was disappointed to see that the trend was did not materialize fully, and so he took it upon himself to make this game, hoping to contribute to the spirit of a Foddian type game genre. So I love this creator. You know, he started first off with, fun facts about Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It. But then he realized that he wanted to create a game similar to it because he really realized that there was not enough games that had this difficult but very simple idea of a gameplay. So this game is actually quite interesting. It's not free. It's $13. But, I mean, he did work a year on it, guys, from hand, by scratch. It looks like Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It, but it's an entirely different game. 7 stages, and once you make it to the top, you'll get a really cool reward. I won't spoil it because you're going to have to check this game out. It is on Steam at the current moment. I don't know if it's going to expand onto broader horizons, but at the current moment, it will be only for PC. But this game is very important because this developer has been very huge to community, And for myself, I might need to check out the game because it genuinely looks like a lot of fun. I'm not good with rage games, but I will definitely try it out because it definitely looks really cool. Anyways, though, next up is going to be Kevin. And Kevin's going to be sharing with us some all-important news, and I just cannot wait to hear the interesting fact he's going to be sharing with us today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect News. I'm your host, Kevin Arujo, where I bring you news, sports, weather, and interesting fact. So let's get right into the headlines. The first ever bald eagle nest discovered in Toronto. Pools with panoramic views, part of Waterfront Toronto's updated design for Parliament Slip. Costco is now selling gold bars and silver coins. And WNBA to hold preseason game in Edmonton amidst reports of Toronto expansion. For the first time ever, a bald eagle's nest has been discovered in Toronto, a city's conservation authority confirmed on Thursday. The news comes less than 1 year after Ontario removed the regal bird from its at-risk species list. The secrecy surrounding the location of the nest may come as a surprise to some, but is easily explained by the fact bald eagles were almost wiped out of existence in Ontario half a century ago due to the use of pesticides. The insecticides DDT were especially harmful to eagles' nests and eggs and has been since banned in Canada and in US. Bald eagles were placed on province at-risk species list for about 50 years as its population for the province dwindled. The bird was classified as one of special concern under the Endangered Species Act. Since then, the bird was taken off the list, and Ontario's Environment Ministry said the bald eagle was dropped about 2,600 nests as of May 2023. Then, Environment Minister David Bikini, sorry for butchering the name, called the eagle's reclassification as a not at risk species in the province and a big win for Ontario. The bald eagles typically nest in large trees near a major lake or river where they most of their hunting, and they are widely distributed throughout North America. According to the Ontario Environment Ministry, they are known to feed on fish but can easily catch ducks. The Waterfront Toronto is offering Torontonians a glimpse of its updated vision to along the city's eastern waterfront, Floating Village. The organization initially launched its plans for the Parliament Slip renovations back in 2021, and after public consultations on a project which remains unfunded. Excuse me. The Waterfront Toronto released its updated designs last week. The barge will hold two pools, a deeper pool for lap swimming and play, and a smaller shadow hydrotherapy pool, as well as a sauna. A facility building with change rooms and potentially a snack bar, Waterfront Toronto said in a news release. A fully accessible floating dock will allow people to launch canoes and kayaks, as well as provide storage opportunities for private operators. Waterfront Toronto said it wants to include a floating village with up to 17 concessions on the slip and patio, sitting for approximately 100 people. This new design features a scaled flexible open space and a sculptural bench for watching the theater of the harbor. Ontario fire pits may also be included in the design of a
Okay, guys, you know what? We're having some technical difficulties with Kevin. It is okay because you want to know why. We are always here to support each other. Oh, wait. Is he back? Kevin, you good? You good?
I'm back.
Okay. Phew. Back to Kevin.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. Costco locked in $1.50 hot dog soda loyalist now is changing a different clientele, precious metal investors and collectors. Costco has recently started selling silver coins for the first time, finance chief Richard Gallanty told CNN. The company is selling 25-count tubes of 1 ounce Canada Maple Leaf silver coins online for $675. I mean, yeah, possibly, or $6.75. Sorry for that. The front of the coins features and King Charles III is on the back. Non-refundable, and members can purchase a maximum of 5. Costco is trying to replicate its recent success with gold bars. It began selling $2,000 gold bars online in September and sold more than $100 million worth of the bars last quarter. Gold and silver are one of the most resilient investments. When interest rates fall, holding income paying assets becoming less appealing than owning the precious metals. When interest rates are low, falling, or as in the case, expected to fall, demand for treasury bonds, ebbs, and precious metals, which don't pay any interest, become relatively more attractive. Some investors also believe them to be a hedge against inflation, wagering that will hold their value even if it begins to surge, even though metals face price fluctuations like any other commodity. Costco's success in selling the metals comes as the company continues to report strong profits from the pandemic in 2020, when customers rushed to stores to load up on groceries and household staples. Millions of first-time customers signed up for club membership during the pandemic and have held on to them, pushing Costco's member rolls to all-time highs. And in sports news, the WNBA is coming back to Canada, just maybe not in the way people had expected. The Women's Basketball League announced on Thursday that it will hold a preseason game between the Angeles Sparks and the Seattle Storm at Edmonton's Rogers Place on May 5th. The news comes 3 days after media reports that Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment chairman Larry Tenenbaum is pursuing a WNBA franchise in Toronto. It's his second season year. It's his second year row, and the Canadian city has hosted a WNBA preseason game after Toronto's Scotiabank Arena held one in 2023. The Chicago Sky beat the Minnesota Lynx with the score of 82 out of 74 before a sold-out crowd at the 19,800 in Scotiabank Arena on May 13th in an inaugural WNBA Canada game. The contest in Edmonton will be a fourth WNBA preseason game held outside the United States, with Manchester, England, and Monterrey, Mexico, previously hosting. Engelbert said that Edmonton was a logical choice to host the second WNBA Canada game because of the city's rich sporting history, with the NHL, which NHL's Oilers and CFL's Elks have passionate support, and the historical success of the Edmonton Grads, an amateur women's basketball team that maintained an astonishing 95% winning percentage from 1915 to 1940. Media report says that Teresa Rush, the former Raptors vice president of basketball operations and player development, will be a part of the initiative. The Golden State Warriors were awarded a WNBA franchise for 2025 back in October, the first expansion team since 2008 and the 13th team in the league. Engelbert clarified in her video conference that a new San Francisco area team will be the only addition to the WNBA in 2025, and that earlier to Toronto or anywhere is in 2026. In today's weather forecast, we've got mainly cloudy this afternoon to temperatures, and tomorrow we will get rain. The temperature will be 8 degrees. And now for the topics. For an interesting fact is we're going to talk about flamingo. You know, Captain Flamingo, but it's actually flamingo. So what's flamingo is flamingo with their long legs, curving beaks, and bright orange color are showstoppers of the bird world. People love to watch them at zoos and nature preserves. In the wild, flamingos live in flocks in Florida, Central and South America, as well as a few places in Africa. There is more to a flamingo than its bright pink feathers. Get to know these delightfully 10 fun facts, some of which may surprise you. Flamingos are pink due to the diet of shrimp and algae. They stand on one leg to conserve heat. A group of flamingo is called a flamboyance. A baby flamingo are gray, not pink. They can live up to 60 years in the wild. Flamingos bend their necks backwards when they sleep. Found in parts of Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Europe. Flamingos have webbed feet for breathing in water. They are social birds and live in large groups. Their beaks are bent to filter food from the water. And before we go closing, today we celebrate International Women's Day. We celebrate women's achievements in inclusion across our communities. Let's step forward in solidarity to help forge an exclusive for women. Collectively, let's call our stereotypes, challenge bias, and end discrimination. Let's uplift and celebrate women's achievements. So we come to the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and our very own interesting fact. I'm sending it back to Aiden. See you next Friday.
So there were several news that I thought that was so interesting, Kevin. First of all, I found it so weird that Costco is selling gold bars, but apparently they said it is not for the fact that they're doing it. They're just doing it for the treasure hunting aspect because they really think, see, they love it when people check out something like for a limited time and people got to go get it because it's like some sort of like, oh my gosh, there's a limited item. I got to go find it. And also for the fact of inflation, I don't know. Gold, you know what, its price has it's changed a lot. It's gone higher, it's gone low, but it's relatively maintained the same ever since the Greek era. Yeah, I would say around there because that's when they started forging coins around that time. But I love that news. I also think International Women's Day is so important. You know what? Let's celebrate the people or the women that have those strong voices that have changed the world little by little, like Michelle Obama has done so much for the community, for example. And flamingos. I love flamingos. It's always strange to me that eating a certain amount of food changes your skin color. So does that mean if I eat shrimp as an entire diet, will I turn pink? Kevin, I'll turn pink. Kevin, do you think I'll turn pink?
No.
Or oranges. Eating bananas, you're turning yellow. Or oranges.
Or red for apple.
Yeah.
For apple, we're turning red. Oh. You know what? These are some awesome ideas. Thank you, Kevin. You know what? It's always awesome to have this news because it gets me intrigued. I didn't even know Costco was selling gold bars. So, you know what? We definitely need your news. It definitely brings a new aspect to it. And, you know what? It's something interesting. All right. Let's move on to our second gaming news. This is huge. Now, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not very big in the Dragon Ball Z community, but I know my father is huge in the Dragon Ball Z community. And I know a lot of people probably that are watching may be interested in Dragon Ball Z as well. If you guys haven't heard, Akira Toriyama, the creator of the Dragon Ball franchise and character designer for video games like Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest, has died at the age of 68. You know, news of this came from a statement posted on the official Dragon Ball website and issued by Toriyama Bird Studio, which confirmed his passing on March the 1st due to acute subdermal hematoma. The announcement expresses regret that he still had multiple projects in the work at the time of his death and laments the loss of all he would have gone on to achieve. He also acknowledges the many beloved works he produced over the course of his 45-long-year career. You know, a funeral has been held with family and very few relatives, and the announcement requests that people do not seek to interview his family or donate flowers, condolence gifts, or make any other offerings. Toriyama's family has not decided if it will hold any sort of future commemorative gathering at the time. You know what? Toriyama's work has spanned manga, anime, and video games. His art style has become instantly recognizable over the years. And while Dragon Ball and its various sequels, spin-offs, and video games are arguably his most iconic, His character designs also defined the look of the Dragon Quest series and games like Chrono Trigger and Blue Dragon. So let this be a reminder. Let this be a message of thank you so much, Kira, for all the work that you have done, how you've connected communities, how you've made games grow. And without your hard work, truly, you have done so much for the community, and we'll thank him because Dragon Ball is huge, especially in my community. Some people love Dragon Ball. I'm not big on it, but I want to celebrate how amazing it is because I love Dragon Quest and just so many things that he's made. You know what? If you guys know Akira, or if you guys can, you know what? Just post a thank you to Akira in the chat if you guys want. You don't need to, but I would, just to be respectful. And you know what? Thank you so much, Akira. Godspeed, as they say. All right, guys. Enough of the sad news. It's time to keep moving forward. And next up, I'm going to be bringing you, you know what? I think next up is to have Nibras. And Nibras is going to be bringing us some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm yours for the entertainment news. Let's get straight into the top story. Now, the animated sequel Kung Fu Panda 4 debuts with a new record at Rotten Tomatoes ahead of its wide release in theaters. Kung Fu Panda 4 has debuted with an initial score of 76% with its early reviews. While this is a fresh rating, it sets a new low for the franchise, following the higher scores that Kung Fu Panda 87%, Kung Fu Panda 2 81%, and Kung Fu Panda 3 87%. The good news is the film is just 5 percentage points away from matching Kung Fu Panda's 2 rating. If more of the reviews that are soon to come in a largely positive way, it's possible that Kung Fu Panda 4 could climb out of its unfortunate spot, being the lowest rated film on the review website, which is not such a bad thing, wrote THR reviewer Frank Schick, enjoying the film even if it's not groundbreaking. Meanwhile, the Weekend Warrior critic Edward Douglas was among those who gave the sequel a bad review. Yes, younger kids could enjoy themselves just fine. But other than a few fun moments, Kung Fu Panda 4 is mostly dull and quite uninspired. There are some returning actors from the franchise who joined Jack Black, yes, who's back once again as the voice of Po. Other returning stars include Dustin Hoffman, Master Shifu, James Hong, Mr. Ping, Bryan Cranston, Lee Shan, and Ian McShane. Tai Long. Newcomers to the cast include Viola Davis, Lori Tan Chen, and Ronnie Chang. Mike Mitchell directed Kung Fu Panda 4. It is written by Jonathan Abel. Kung Fu Panda 4 officially releases in theaters today on March 8, 2024. Let's see what the after results say. Are you excited about the film? So let's take it a few things back. I am a huge fan of the franchises Kung Fu Panda 1, Kung Fu Panda 2, Kung Fu Panda 3. Love all the three movies. When I watched the trailer, I didn't like it. Honestly, it was very basic, very just normal. It didn't get me excited, nor get me hyped up. And like the ratings can save themselves that it's not gonna be a turnout. It's not gonna be a good turnout. But again, this is just a critics way of explaining reviews. Like sometimes I do like news, and sometimes I do critics, like what the percentages are, what the Rotten Tomatoes are, so that. But next week I will catch up on the story, what the final results are after 1 week. But again, watch it, go through to the theaters, give me your opinion, and I hope you like this top story. Now to my second story. Now, before I go to my second news story, now I'll give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is, drumroll please. Did you guys know the name Karachi derives from the Sindhi words curry and bandar? Curry means salt in Sindhi, while bandar translates to port. Thus, Karachi is often referred as the city of lights or city of salt. Again, another fact, the port of Karachi is one of South Asia's largest and busiest deep-water seaports, handling about 60% of the nation's cargo. Now, in reference, it's 25 million tons per annum, and that's a lot. I hope you like this fact. Comment down below if you liked it. Now, to my second story. Now, my second story, of course, it's a podcast. Yes, that's true. So, the podcast name is Nutrition Nerd. Again, Nutrition Nerd. Join nutrition student Del Prince every morning for a quick discussion on the latest nutrition terms, subjects, and concepts circulating in today's health media. Learn some general nutrition tips, gain greater confidence in the kitchen, and hone your critical thinking skills as you navigate the wild and often misinformed the world of nutrition. So I love this podcast. Shows she just teaches what healthy foods are, what are unhealthy foods, how to have a balance in life with food, and many many more things. And it's just whenever you're bored, you're cooking, you're dancing, you can just listen to it. I always tell you whenever you're bored, just listen to it. It's just general knowledge, right? Just she just teaches you how to have a good healthy balance, right? That's very important. And that's all from me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Back to Aiden. Bye, guys.
I'm gonna say this, the brass. First off, you know what? I'm very worried about Kung Fu Panda 4. As I heard, you are also a Kung Fu Panda fan, and hearing a Kung Fu Panda 4 was actually quite interesting. Actually, on a fun fact, they've been trying to really push it out for younger audience. And if you ever now, I know you probably don't know about or don't know much about it, but in Roblox, a very popular kids game, they did a Kung Fu Panda 4 obby, which is like an obstacle course, and it allowed, I don't know, younger people to learn about Kung Fu Panda and things like that. So I'm hopefully putting my high hopes up. You know what? The story was intriguing at the least. They're bringing Tai Lung back, so I really hope that they do some changes. And like, do you hope that it's going to be good, Nebraska? Because
Yeah, of course. Like all three movies were amazing. You are a fan. I am a fan. And it's just whenever you see something a new movies coming out of from an old franchise, you get excited. And I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad movie. I'm just saying this is what the critics are saying. This is what the reviews are saying. I am also gonna watch it, and I'm gonna give you an honest review from myself. I am very excited from the film.
I agree on that. You know what? Doing a personal review on it is very, very important because I know for a fact that critics sometimes are really, really harsh on movies sometimes. So I hope that they do it. Kevin, are you going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4?
Most likely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll all give an honest review at the end. And also, your podcast was Nutrition Nerd. It sounds interesting, Nebraska. I really want to check it out. Thank you so much for sharing it. Appreciate it. All right, guys, time to bring in your last news. And you know what? I could have done a third gaming news as board games, but I'm going to bring with you some good story news because it's very important that we have some good stories. So, guys, did you know that there has been a recent study that tandem cycling may improve the health and well-being of people with Parkinson's, according to a new study? So pedaling on a bicycle built for two people can also be beneficial for the patient's care, particularly in terms of mental and emotional resilience. The new findings have offered new potentials and for improving the quality of life both for people suffering from the complex neurodegenerative condition and for those around them. So where has this research been done? Well, the researchers from the University of South Carolina in the U.S. have studied 18 participants, 9 with Parkinson's and 9 care partners, as they took part in a tandem cycling program over 2 months. The pairs exercised on stationary tandem bicycles indoors twice a week, while also using a virtual reality platform, which allowed them to visualize themselves cycling along scenic, real-life outdoor routes. And the results will be presented at the American Academy of Neurology 76th annual meeting. That is 76 meetings, guys. But it showed that the patients with Parkinson's have improved overall function after the program. This included improved mobility and walking speed and decreased disease progression and disease burden. They also reported fewer difficulties in daily living, with an average 5-point drop recorded when it came to a test measuring challenges around relationships, communication, and social situations or interactions. So, you know what? That's absolutely amazing to hear. I'm going to say this. You know what? I'm glad that they're doing these types of researches because it's important to figure out how we can benefit and help those with Parkinson's. Because let's be honest, guys, if you know about Parkinson's, it is very, very scary because they slowly but surely forget who you are. So thank goodness that we have found a way to at least help them or improve the effect of Parkinson's. And you know what? It allows you to connect with them by going on a nice bicycle ride. Now, I don't know about two-wheel bicycles, but doesn't that require both people to work? Or two-seated bicycle? My goodness. I'm going to have to check out for a 3-seated bicycle for my mom, my dad, and my mom. That way we are all on a bicycle. Wait. My dad, my mom, my dad. Whoa! Wait a minute. Me, my mom, and my dad. Phew! I thought I had 2 moms and 1 dad, and I never even existed. Okay, that was very, very confusing. But seriously, guys, it is great that they're doing this, and I am very proud to see these kinds of developments. If you liked the Good Story News, make sure to type in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed it, and I'll make sure to bring another one for you guys. Anyways, though, if you heard before, next up, we're actually going to have Jeffrey with a video that he's brought for us. I'm just so excited to see. What is he going to be singing for us?
Hi everybody, hope everybody's ready to dance. Get up and dance. And I'm going to be playing Cookie I Love You, one of my original songs, so hope you like it. I just gotta say, when you look at me in that special way, I want to love you, still you feel you in my mouth. Love you, Cookie, I truly do. What I want as you do. Let me don't you want to feel my anticipation before I'm planning more 5, 6. Love from mix 7, 8. Love is real, it's definitely real. Cookie, I love you. Cookie, you're so true. Cookie, multiply my feelings for you. Your credible bites, yeah, I got something. So sensitive, get my hips up bumping, yeah. My tongue remembers your sweet taste. My brain screams disarranged. I've got still my face. Let me don't you want to feel my first impression before planning more 5, 6. Love the mix 7, 8. Love is real, it's definitely real. Stop, there's no rush. Cookie, truly love you till you are a mush. Cookie, I love you. Jumping ball fights, yeah, my heart thumping. The sub-center gets my hips a bumping, yeah. My time remembers your sweet taste. My brain screams, this is a race. I've got to fill my face. Let me count to 1, 2. Build my anticipation. 3, 4. Then in 4, 5, 6. Love the makes 7, 8. Love is real. It's definitely fake. Clock stop. There's no rush. Cookie, I truly love you till you are a mush. Cookie, I love you. Scabba-dabba-dibba-dabba-doo. 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 Scabba-dabba-dibba. Dabba-dabba-dibba-dabba-doo. Dabba-dabba-dibba-dabba-doo. Scabba-dabba-dibba-dabba-doo. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week. And make sure to check out my website, jeffrakeman.com. Anyways, it's back to you, Aiden. Bye, everybody.
Amazing song, Cookie, I Love You. Such an original song, and it's always great to hear Jeffrey's original music. It makes me want to eat some cookies now. Anyways, though, I hope that you guys enjoyed Youth Connect. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget the notifications.
Okay, guys, so if we get to 100 subscribers, I will ask Mr. P to make everybody some cookies. So we can all get, if we get to 100 subscribers, if we all work together. You know what, Nebraska, I hope that you could bring your people in for 100 subscribers, and Kevin, bring your friends for 100 subscribers. But I hope Mr. Patrick is ready to make cookies. I see you there in the chat, Mr. Patrick. You better be ready to make those cookies. Anyways, though, guys, I hope that you enjoyed our very first episode on our brand new channel, and we will see you all on the same channel here next Friday at 3:30. Thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you so much, Nebraska, for joining us all the way in Pakistan. Thank you so much, guys, and we will catch you later. Bye.
Bye.